So before we get to today's video, guys, before the video got published and as it was being made, Clive Rosfield has been announced as the final DLC character of Year 1 of Tekken 8. And after watching the trailer, quite a few times, it definitely relocates to several points to what I was talking about the difference between Noctis and Victor at the time, and it definitely helps to cover up what my points were and how Victor is not like Noctis, and Clive is more like Noctis in Tekken 8, which that'll be a time for another video possibly. Just let me know in the comments down below if you guys would like to see that, and also the video up here that you guys are seeing right now is my reaction and analytics on the trailer for Clive. So if you guys want to see that, I'll leave a link in the description below. But until then, hope you guys enjoy the video, and don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to see more of this content. How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Calvin here, Noct. Welcome back to another video that I like to discuss. So lately I've been asking, why do I not play Victor all that much in Tekken 8? As you guys know, that I have been a Noctis main, for the longest time. That's the character I had played in the competitive scene throughout my career in Tekken 7 and the lifespan of Tekken 7. And I eventually switched over to Zafina and never looked back ever since. And for obvious reasons, I knew Noctis was not going to come back because obviously he was a guest character and there was no way that Bandai could bring him back even if they wanted to. So what they did is created a brand new character in Victor, and the gameplay and the lore is very similar. However, though, I ended up not really playing him all that much, and there is a good reason, because he's simply as far as the game plan and strategy goes, this character does not really plan out to work as well as I was to play as Noctis, and you can see that in a lot of the Noctis mains. Even the best Noctis players in the world of Tekken 7 do not play Victor, that being, CBM, who now returned into playing as Jin full-time as his main. FDX, widely the best, easily the best Noctis player in North America, and he doesn't even play Victor. He tried him out and it did not work out. He's been playing, Lily and Steve much more. And honorable mention, player that I love to give notice to is also Momodog. I haven't really seen Momodog really play Noctis all that much. Oh wait, not play Tekken 8 all that much. I've seen him really play Devil Jin every single time I've seen him, but not Victor, not even one time. And I'm here to explain the reasons why. As you can see, Victor, he has the mechanics or the gimmicks of Noctis, how he works. You got the weapons, the gun, the teleportations, and then the weapons and swords and all that stuff. But however, the game plan just does not work out with how you play with this character as you're trying to play with Noctis. And there's a few reasons why it does not work out. And the first thing that comes to my mind is the movement. So Noctis is known to be very defensive and very good with his movement. Have above average sidestep across the board, and a really exceptional backdash that people overlooked because there were other characters that had even better backdash than he did in Tekken 7, but it was definitely still a very important tool that the top Noctis players were using in Tekken 7. Not saying Victor has, you know, a bad backdash. It's still quite respectable to use, but it's, you know, average, I should say, decent at best. And his sidestep is nowhere near as good as Noctis is. So that's the first thing that comes to mind. And that leads to another game plan that Noctis has that Victor just typically does is with punishment. First thing I see is the down forward 2. A lot of people use Noctis' down forward 2 as a massive whip punisher. He can launch you from a distance that no one else can. Victor's, though, is a very decent distance in range, but still not as good, nowhere near as good as Noctis is. And I was about to switch over to Tekken 7 and show you the differences here. So, as you can see, like I said, Noctis' backdash is much faster. And I do know that, you know, the lore of backdashing is not going to be effective as Tekken 8. The game wants to encourage you to be more aggressive and all that stuff. But this was Noctis' massive game plan that the top players in CBM, VDX, and Momodog were using, and his sidestep was definitely much more effective. Maybe it's not like you know very like fast. Maybe there's like more leniency in throughout Tekken 7, but that's something I don't really remember all that much. But look at this range right here. Oops. I'm playing on a different controller, so just bear with me. Like, look at that range. I can launch this character from a distance, like right here, and get that down damage. And this down forward 2 that Noctis has is much high reward outcome for a combo damage, if I can remember the combo. Let's see if I try from here. Sorry, I don't really remember all that much how to play this character. It's been such a long time. But I get like 74 damage after this out of this combo. You can see right here. So much more threatening tool from whiffing. Noctis was definitely easily like the last character that you want to whiff against in this game. Same cannot really be said for Victor as I switch back over to Tekken 8. So as you can see right here, the range is definitely nowhere near as good. So that's the key reason here. But and also another positive that Victor has over Noctis that I'm going to get into. If I put it Reina into blocker here, it is much more safer or not as risky as Noctis is. Victor, his down forward 2 is only -14, while Noctis is as abusable at -20. So it is much easier or much more risky to using down forward 2. And as you can see, it's very high risk, high reward. Victor is more like staple and more traditional in terms of like Tekken. So that's the big difference right there. And another thing is like how Victor approaches the character, approaches opponents is much different than how Noctis does. As I can show you right here, a very good pressure tool that Victor uses, notoriously known, is while running 2. So it is a +5 on block if you transition to Iwa stance, and then +2 if you don't. Actually, hold on. Yeah, +2 if you don't. Noctis has a different move in 4-4-1+2, which is used completely different on how see like I said on the block. In how he uses the approach to, how Victor uses the approach to. He got 4 for 1+2. Oops. This move right here. See, you lose a turn right here. It is a move that you don't really use to apply pressure in the way that Victor does. But the difference is that it is homing. It tracks both ways, and the big thing is that they're both counter hit launchers, but they are used a quite different way. Noctis just used his, you know, for catching movement and getting the frame advantage, while Victor uses his to. Oh, I forgot to switch over. Well, Victor uses his to get the knockdown and the pressure in. While Noctis is you know, really just keep people at bay and keep people from sidestepping and also from pressing. But the only similar tool that you know, the pressure tools that these characters have respectfully is the counter hit launchers. Did I even set it up? No, I did not. So right here, both a counter hit launcher. So there's a difference right there. So Victor has, you know, the he uses his while running 2 differently. It's much more linear, easier to sidestep. Well, actually sidesteppable. While you can't even sidestep Noctis' 4 for 1+2. So that's another thing that comes to mind. Of how the tools operate quite differently. And then another thing that I like to get into as far as like how Victor plays is that Victor has stances as a stance character to work with. So you can see he has a Y stance right here, the slide, and then what's the other stance? I'm thinking another one. What is it? I can't think right now. A Y stance. Performer. Oh, he only has 2 stances. I don't know why I was thinking. So Victor has a Y stance, which is the biggest change or difference that players use. And I forgot to mention this, that most Victor mains that you see, at least at the high level for in Tekken 8, they did not play Noctis, at least as I'm aware of in Tekken 7. So Victor is more about like stance transition and applying pressure, you know, through the mix-ups and like dancing around, getting in. While Noctis is more straightforward and, you know, playing the neutral game and getting the, you know, the spacing as he is. So offensively, Victor does have like the tools that Noctis does, but Noctis players that played Tekken 7 did not really use pressure tools, because Noctis doesn't really have really much of anything that's plus on block, while Victor has, you know, the staple pressure tool right here in while running 2 in transition to Y stance and mixing up. And then another key objective when Victor is, you know, playing defensive, he does have a tool, is their projectiles. Victor has quarter circle forward 2, which is, you know, him shooting a gun at you. Works completely different how Noctis uses his projectile, which I'll about to get into later. So Victor, when people are like, you know, trying to approach him, he can just pop up and shoot the opponent. And a huge difference that Victor has that Noctis doesn't is that chip damage is a thing in this game. However, the weaknesses of this move is that it is linear. Oh, not linear. It is duckable. It is a duckable high. So if the opponent is like knowing that the Victor player is going to commit to the shooting, they can approach and duck, and it is quite easy to launch this situation because Victor will be forced to go in the stance if they're if he commits to the shooting. There's like really no way to really get out of the situation, so it is a commitment. So well, that's the thing. What Victor has chip damage and is using for, like, you know, offensive pressure tools. As I switch back over to Tekken 7 real quick. So Noctis, his tool is forward 2, which is basically the, you know, the warp strike that he has as an ability in Final Fantasy 7, not 15. God dang. This is a move that people use to keep out and catch people off guard. And play the this game, people try to play too aggressive or trying to wave dash in his face. The biggest difference is that this move is not a high; it is a special mid. So the character cannot legitly duck this. Let's see, crouch guard. So it is a special mid. So if they start ducking it, they're gonna block it, forcing him into Noctis being -9, and then Noctis will be sliding in or warping into the opponent at -9. While Victor, if he misses a shot, nothing basically will happen. He will just be, you know, vulnerable. And if the opponent is close enough, they can launch him. What Noctis has is a special mid that cannot be ducked. But can be blocked while he's ducking, while they're ducking. So the only way to really go by this move is like really sidestep and time the punish properly, or unless you're you know, somebody that has like a parry and can catch the slide to get, like, you know, the punish. That's like the true way to, you know, to punish Noctis, I should say. So that's like another key difference people have. And then another thing that that the character has that Victor doesn't even have at all is this move over here, the Aura, or down back 1+2. Really excellent keep out tool. And Victor doesn't even have this move whatsoever. Might get the combo, we'll see. Yeah, so you get the point right there. So that can't really do combos. I haven't really played this game in such a long time, so that's you know, something I don't have anymore, unfortunately. So this is like a huge another reason why Noctis is more a defensive character, because playing the distance game is much easier than you were to play with than Victor. This move, it is -16 on block, but almost no one can really punish this because of the pushback. And as I remember, I think Noctis is the only character that can punish his own move with down forward 2. I could be wrong though, but that's not the point of this video. The point is, like, Victor doesn't even have anything like this that can keep out with this move and really be threatening with it. Also, this move does hit grounded too. It's it does have a hitbox low enough to really hit grounded, so people yeah, hit grounded. This move right here, so it does keep keep a pressure to it from the Oki situations. So that's another huge difference that Noctis has that Victor doesn't. And then another thing that Noctis does have like an advantage over Victor is that Oki situations. If Noctis knocks the opponent down, there's a lot of situations that he can pick up the opponent. Let me see if I can set them to. Let's see. Oh wait, no, that's not it. Wrong one. Oh, it's down back 1. Yes, right. Forgot the combo how to get this off. Alright, also hit grounded, down back 1+2, down back 1, 1+2. So that's another thing. The Oki situations that Noctis has, Victor just really doesn't have by any means. He has different ways to really get the Oki situations. If I switch over real quick. So what Victor has is, if I set this up real quick. Give me 1 sec, fellas. Oh my god, so I did it again. So what Victor does instead is get into a Y stance and what Victor does have instead is getting the Y stance and you know, getting people off the Okis. That's not it. Oh, well, as they're getting up, I should say. So they go for, you know, the tech roll. He knocks them down, or if they stay down, he can still hit them with down 1+2 from a Y. All that stuff. So at the wall, Noctis is more about like keeping the opponent like at bay, while Victor is more about making the opponent guess and applying pressure off these situations. So that's another thing right there. Another big difference that I've noticed is that Victor's lows is a huge flaw in his game that Noctis players like to use you know, a good bit of lows to really encourage players to duck, and there's a lot less risk to what Noctis does. So what Victor has is you know, most traditionally is his down back 4, good tool, counter hit launch, good damage. He also has down 4. Down 1, down 3, all that good stuff. But the problem with Victor's low that they are much more riskier than what Noctis have to deal with. So if you see down back 4, if blocked, easily launch punishable. Down 4, -14, and the rewarded for is not really that great if the opponent's not pressing. And see, down 3, -13 as well, and it's not really anything that really chip them down, and pretty slow. So overall, very slow and very risky lows. Well, Noctis, he does have a key main tool that he has really just keep the opponent at bay. Oh yeah, also he got Y down 1+2, which is also launch punishable at -29. Divided down 4, or 4, -13, all that good stuff. So he's about knocking down, and not really a tool, really just a really a good setup. This is really off of a setup. While Noctis's has other lows that can really keep the opponent in I say making some decisions here. So Noctis has down 3, quite evasive, and it's much faster at 16 frames. He also got down back 4, but another big difference right here, he's got Demo Man. It is also launch punishable, but the big difference right here is depending on the situation, he gets a proper wall splash. A wall splash, I should say. If he gets a clean hit. And from the position as well. I can show you right here, there's really not much of a situation to go to UI stance. Because Victor can't block in that stance. Needless to say. So, him getting in the Y stance in this situation is kind of risky and not really an ideal place to really get into. Well, Noctis is, since he's not going to be in a stance at all, he has less time and easier time to really get this Demo Man out. And let's see, another tool that's like quite significant in difference in strategy. Oh yeah, power crushes. I mean, overall norm of Tekken 7, power crushes are really not ideal to be using. They are much riskier, and they are much slower and easier to interrupt. Victor has much better power crush tool, and really just one power crush tool, actually 2 power crush tools that's really reliable. During Tekken 7, you don't really see a lot of Tekken players or Noctis players really use this power crush over here and forward 2+3. Very easy to interrupt, and Noctis's main weakness is aggression, being aggressive at. So he's not gonna really have a lot of time to really get this off. You see right here is 23 frames, and then a evasive move right here is back 2+3. I don't really know how it's used. I don't really remember. It's really just like a kind of a parry or evasive move right here. Very weird. So the escape options for Noctis is not as optimal or easy for him to get out of some situations. There's quite a bit of commitment to what he does. And really the only thing that's really like a better panic tool that Noctis have over Victor is maybe his hop knee, a 4-3. His is only -13. As I switch over to Victor, defensively, there's more like reliable options to get out of for him to get out of situations that Noctis cannot. So Noctis players are used to really just using his movement to really avoid the pressure. So that's such as backdashing or sidestepping. Victor, with his lesser deal of movement that he has, he's more prone to be relied on the power crushes. So back 1+2, much faster at 19 frames, or I should say, I won't say much faster, but significantly faster to get out, and the active frames are come out sooner. And as well, he got a 4-4, which is more risky at -19 being launch punishable, but is faster. And a big tool that Victor player has over Noctis players is that this move here, the explosion, or up 1+2. And with the heat system, it makes things quite more interesting. So as I set Victor into heat real quick. This move comes completely safe. So Noctis doesn't have anything of a tool like this at all. So how Victor players handle pressure is much more different than Noctis. Noctis typically really just sidestep and backdash out of the way, and in the process, as they're being pursuing, you can use the Aura or down 4-2 to whip punish. Victor, as he's the only opponent, he just gambles on explosion and back 1+2, and that's the norm. But yeah, overall, that's why you don't see CBM play Victor. I did saw him play Victor in a replay online, but I never seen him play him in a tournament at all throughout TWT. I watched quite a bit of FDX, and he tried Victor and he just could not get it to work. The game plan is just way too different of how what he's used to. Momo Dog, I don't really know what's his reason is why he doesn't play Victor. All I just seen him only play Devil Jin, so I can't really say. So the biggest overall key differences is the defensive strategy is by differences while Noctis just uses his move it. Victor relies on escape routes with power crushes and explosion. So movement is definitely quite hindered, and what Noctis players are not really used to. Offensively though, Victor has the better tools. In a lot of people's opinion, Noctis has wall running 1+2, quite a bit of range, and the only move that's really plus and very high reward. Launches on normal and counter hit. Victor has wall running 2. That often gets into stances, or you can cancel the stance just to say. Gives a mix of options. You can see right here, jumps. So Victor's more about dancing around with the stances, while Noctis is really just keeping the opponent at bay and make sure the opponent is not moving all that shit much. So overall, even though the lore is similar, the gameplay strategy is way too different, and why Noctis players such as myself and the best in the world are not sticking to Victor. But I think that's all I gotta say as of now. Let me know down in the comments if I missed anything or what you guys think. I definitely love to read what you guys got to say. But by any means, they're both outstanding characters in their own way, but just play quite differently. The mechanics of Tekken 8 is definitely probably the key reason why, because you got chip damage from his moves, and then you got the heat system. While Tekken 7 relies more on fundamentals and movement, while Tekken 8 is more about applying pressure and engaging with the opponent. So that's the true reasons why I think we Noctis players and the best in the world are not playing with Victor in this game. At least throughout season 1. There's never telling what may happen in season 2 or if, however long this game goes. Well, these are like those are the key reasons why the lore of these characters and gameplay does not work out for Noctis players for if they were to play Victor. But that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoy and understand the concept of the video is and the purpose. And I will see you guys in the next time. Peace.